Welcome back to another video. How's the bull market treating y'all? Y'all loving this or what? I know y'all missed me. It's been 2 weeks since we did our Monday update video, and I didn't think any of y'all would miss it, but apparently several of y'all have, because some of y'all asked where this was last week, or during my live I have on Thursdays, y'all asked for it. So if y'all didn't catch my video, last Monday I was doing Mardi Gras stuff down in New Orleans, and so I couldn't do a video. I did a video on covering some of the Mardi Gras stuff, a couple of pictures of videos of Mardi Gras parades, and the apps I was running while I was down there, mainly Chirp KAGE, which I highly suggest. Again, not financial advice, but I highly suggest people get into if you have an Android phone, and also 375 Go or 375 AI. But we're going to talk about all that in a little bit. You'll know this is going to be, I'm going to try to make this not too long. I'm not going to say short, not too long of a video, but we have, I think we're up to 17 projects that we're going to discuss, and it's kind of hard to fit all that in. So first, before we get any further, please do me a favor. Even though, you know, this bull market's taking us for a ride, hit that like button. It helps all the projects out that I have tagged here, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. 27,000, about 500 subscribers. I lose a few every couple of days, gain some every couple of days. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. So let's get ready to ramp this up. So just so everybody knows, this isn't just crypto going on, stock markets, and it's bad, and there's no way of sugarcoating it. And of course, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, you know that especially during an election, I try to keep politics out of this, because no matter what I said, no matter if I said something negative against both candidates, positive for both candidates, or stayed in the middle, I lost subscribers over it. People just can't handle the truth. That's one reason why I'm grumpy. But there's a lot of financial people talking about what's going on right now. This isn't finished yet. This is not over with by any means. Whether or not you want to say it's a good thing because things have to be reset, that's fine. If you want to blame Trump for it, that's fine. If you want to say that Trump is doing the right thing, that's fine. Whatever. It's your pocketbook. The truth is, it's only about a 9% different from when Trump got elected and we saw that rise in crypto versus where we are today right now. And my pocketbook's hurting. Your pocketbook has to be hurting. Again, whether or not you want to say this is temporary, whether or not you want to say this was needed, it's neither here or there. We're here already at this point. Y'all know y'all not here for financial advice. I kind of cover the charts a little bit. Sometimes I feel that I kind of see things that other people don't look at because they're biased to see certain things. Again, if you're a big Trump supporter, you think this is necessary. If you didn't like Trump and you didn't want him elected, now you're saying, haha, y'all thought he was going to fix it, whatever. The truth is, if you don't understand, I don't care what some of these other people are saying on YouTube, the facts are the facts. And again, I've been watching a lot of videos and a lot of financial people that know way more than me. This is Trump tariffs. The Trump tariffs is what bringing the market down, the stock market down. And because now, with how closely related crypto is now to the stock market and ETFs and, you know, whales and everything else, they're tied into both of them. And you're going to see the effect of that kind of stuff on the crypto market now. And if you aren't following my Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, please make sure that you do join that. It is right here in between all this stuff with GrumpyDad 56 also. But I saw this, I shared it the other day, Voscoin shared it, but it was a different time in 2017. In 2017, we were all proud of these utility coins, and we didn't want banks messing with us. We were decentralized and all this stuff like that. We had mining. And now we have, I don't want to say anything sexual, but we have basically Yeah, to the banks and to the ETFs and that kind of stuff. And now this is why you're seeing such look, and we had a correlation back in 2017, 2020 with the stock market, but it's even worse now. And the more that you do this ETF stuff where people have exposure to both the stocks and that crypto together, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. And also, Cryptos R Us posted this earlier, where you have now they're saying that the only reason Trump mentioned Sol and XRP and other altcoins with his crypto stockpile is just because they're top 5 crypto. Not that he was, and that's why my post said, "Are we sick of these games yet?" And again, I don't want to make this political, but this is a joke that if anybody else did this, they'd be in trouble for manipulating the market. And I don't know how accurate this is, but this is just, it's getting old, man. It's getting old already. Again, I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because I know people are going to bash me for it. But my personal opinion, and I really don't want to give it, but it's just right here on the edge of my tongue, and I have to say it is, my personal opinion is it's a little bit too much, all drastic at one time. I understand we want fair trade. I'm not against that at all. Yes, other countries have been getting over in the United States. We see proof of that. We know the numbers. We know what the tariffs and all stuff is. I understand that. Fair trade's fair trade. But there's just some stuff that we have to import into this country. If I want to go buy network switches and I want to go buy, certain microwave type stuff, that's not being made. It's not being made anywhere in the United States. I have to import it. And all these tariffs that are being pushed causes the products that we use, even though we're not technically seeing it at this exact moment, but soon those items will all go up. Everything we purchase at the store is going to go up, which causes more inflation. Again, I know they have shut down a lot of this excessive spending, which to me is what caused a lot of inflation over the last 4 years. Excessive spending, printing of money, and supply shock on some things. Why not just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, not be so drastic, not getting to these trade wars we're getting into, and let the market calm down a little bit. Now, the crypto side of me says, keep on dumping, baby. I try to take advantage of this kind of stuff if I had the cash to do it. Here's Solana. Solana's down 61% from its high that it was at just a month ago, a little more than a month ago. 61%. I say let it dump some more. Grumpy is going to be DCAing into this. When I get paid this Friday, I'm DCAing into my normal tokens. And if I can afford a little more, I'm squeezing a little bit more in. What happens from here, I don't know. You can see this wick from today. This is the daily wick. And you can see that we've had a little bit of kind of a raise up. We hit, this is the hour chart. So we hit bottom at about 2 hours ago at 112. We're back up to 120. Same thing with the Bitcoin. On the 1 hour chart, you hit 76,600 right here. You're back up to, you're up 3,000 right here. This is VET. Y'all know, or VeChain. Y'all know that I DCA into this. This is something I like. It was at 20 cents during the bull market. We know that, I think it was UFC or somebody just did a partnership with them or sponsorship or something like that. And I think it's going to get a little bit of momentum. I'm DCAing into this. It's at 2 cents, 2.25 cents right here. It's down 74% since its high at the beginning of the year. That's pretty good. AVAX, we like some AVAX. A lot of people like AVAX. AVAX is also down 73%. It was at $55 at the beginning of the year. It's down to $16 right now. Hit $15 earlier, $16 now. Here's another one for you. Peak. Look, I was buying down here when it got released, and I bought it all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I bought it all the way up. I stopped at about 60 cents. I didn't go over 60 cents. When it dropped back down right here, I bought some more, stopped at 60 cents, and then I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been buying it almost this whole way down. It's at 10 cents right now. It is down 86%. You have a lot of deep in projects that we follow that is on peak. I'm loading up on it. Again, that's me. That's my financial advice. I don't know what's going to happen at peak tomorrow. Yeah, people who have already screamed from the hilltops that Silencio is a joke. You know, after its raffle, we're going to talk very much about Silencio in a little bit. I've been holding that one in instead of doing a video strictly on it. So we're gonna talk about Silencio in a little bit. But you have more projects than just Silencio on peak. And I'm not giving up on peak just because of what's going on right now. All right, so moving on to what y'all came here for is our rankings of what's going on. And I'm going to tell you, in the 2 weeks that has been since I did this video, there have been some changes. So I'm going to pull out my screen that I normally pull just to kind of show you all the different projects I'm in right now. And also my disclaimer, so nobody gets upset with me during Discord, on Discords or anyplace else. I own a lot of these tokens, almost all these projects, other than a little bit of grass. Again, during hunting season, I know I'm repeating myself. I've never sold any of these tokens. I feel the market is way too low to be selling DIMO or even the itsy bitsy little bit I got from Silencio. That's a little foreboding right there, as they call it. So a lot of these projects, I'm just holding on to tokens till some better price action, staking if I can, just to be able to build it up a little bit more. But as you can see, I'm in a number of projects, and we're going to start going over all of them. But make sure everybody sees the disclaimer. When I'm ready to sell, I'm selling. If I'm in an emergency, something going on with my family, I'm selling. So I don't want nobody to say that I'm just propping up tokens or anything like that. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just telling you what I'm doing and bringing some things up with these projects. One thing I will say is, I think it's kind of wrong, like I normally do on Mondays, is I will go over the price action and what's been going on and how much you're making, you know, or how little you make in a month. It's kind of unfair to do that right now, or how much you make in a day or a week. I think it's kind of unfair right now to do that with some of these projects because every project has taken a serious hit over the last week or two. But we're going to still rank them just so people know. But I'm going to do more of updates if there's anything going on with the project more than anything else. So one thing I can tell you is that we've had several moves in our rankings for our projects. So like I said, I really don't want to, you know, get too down on them on everybody's prices down. Now I will say some of your better projects, some of your projects, the price is not down that much, but I will tell you, since the last video, everybody's in the red. And even in the last couple of days, everybody's in the red. So it's not fair to kind of, you know, pick on them for their price action. How about that? So coming in at first place, this one has not been in first place in some time. It had Entropy that took it over. Then Chirp came in and took that one, took that first place over, and it got knocked down to third, and it jumps back to first place. And our first project is going to be GEODNET. Now, again, GEODNET had a little bit of price decrease, but at 24 Geo a day that I'm making right now, I have a standalone GEODNET miner that has I think it's a triple band antenna. Basically, it's the basic setup that you can purchase right now at GeoSonar or at highfix.ai. And again, I'm just gonna tell y'all, you can use my code that I have and get 10% off of a device. I think they're $600 something, $690. So that's $69 off that you can get for purchasing that if you don't want to get the combination GeoDNet and Wingbits device. People have been getting their GeoPulse in. The GeoPulse is running. As usual, I called it. And y'all know my favorite words are "I told you so," but I called it in these videos several times in several videos that people don't read and don't do research. I did video specifically on the GeoPulse. Claim in the X. still call it Twitter, but X, Crypto X, and also with even on some YouTubes and Discords and stuff. It's not going to be this all the time as I'm driving around. I'm going to be making tokens. From everything I have read, and this is going to be actually where it will have quests that you can do. You would download this quest app, if I can point the right direction, and occasionally they will have quests that come down. And if you complete those quests, then you get geo tokens. That will be 100, almost 200 geo tokens right there, and that will be how you get those geo tokens. So if you don't do these quests, you're not going to get paid in geo tokens. And I know that talking to some people, they don't understand that. They're thinking that this is going to be just like a NATIX or like some of these other driving apps, or kind of like Soarchain and that kind of stuff like that, where as I'm driving around, I will be getting tokens. From what everything I have read, you're not going to continuously get tokens. You're going to be using that service. So yeah, I called that one. You have people now on Twitter, Discord, YouTube's making some ugly a-hole comments because they didn't read it. GeoDNet was a good project itself. They started advertising GeoPulse. They dived headfirst into GeoPulse and don't realize that they're not getting tokens all the time. I think they already might have had some events or something like that to get you some tokens, and they haven't had any more. And now those people are complaining. Either way, it's a cool project. I don't fault GeoDNet for any of that. GeoDNet itself, I'm happy with the miner. I'm pumped up. I cannot wait. I'm going to get too ahead of myself. We're going to talk about the Wingbit stuff in a little bit, but my combo device should be coming. And again, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So that's GeoDNet. Only in the news I really seen from GeoDNet is I know they did some other kind of fundraiser also, and they hyped up about that. Also, I know they burned another 100-something thousand tokens or something like that, $100,000 worth of tokens. And I think that's what's also helped prop this price up. Even with these drastic drops, GeoDNet has not seen that big of a drop. Yes, they dropped, but not that big. All right, moving on to our next project is going to be Chirp. Chirp, price drop. I was making, I think, $7 to $8 last time I did the video. It's down to $5. I am running probably of all my projects right now that I have to actually manipulate every day. So I'm not talking about like my DIMOs that sit in the corner or sit in the vehicle. I'm not talking about my Wingbits that just run, but of my projects that I have to actually manipulate every day. Chirp KAGE is by far my number one. That I make sure when I leave my house, before I leave my house, I have that thing mining. If you have an Android phone, this is a free project. But one thing I want to make sure I point out, and this is from the team themselves. I have mentioned this several times in my videos, especially videos like I did the Super Bowl when I'm discussing this KAGE app. Again, I really like the KAGE app. My suggestion, not financial advice. It's free. You have nothing to lose. If you have an Android phone, you can join it. But I want to make sure, just like when people didn't listen to me about the GeoPulse from GeoDNet, I want to make sure people realize KAGE is not going to be an airdrop. It's a miner that mines a little tokens, but regularly. So they have mentioned more than once that this is not going to be some type of, big windfall or anything like that, big amounts that you're getting with this KAGE app. You'll be going to places you normally go to anyway. The phone's just sitting there. I have an Android phone that doesn't have service on it. So as long as I can get Wi-Fi to it, wherever it's at, I let it sit and I'll let it mine the hell out of these connections. I did a video yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, check it out. It's from the Super Bowl, from Mardi Gras, and me doing it, and shows you how much I got and how crazy my ranking jumped in the Chirp KAGE app. Chirp, as far as their Blackbird miners, we know those miners finally went on sale, and it was a complete, it was a joke. The whole NFT thing, They got to get away from that and just sell the devices. The NFTs, because nobody's actually getting them and have to worry about shipping them stuff, they're ripe for people trying to jump the price up, scalp the price, whatever you want to call it. Where if somebody had to pay for this miner and get the miner in and then turn around and sell it, chances are they're not going to take that chance by adding $400 to the device when they have to wait for the device. But they can do that with the NFT. All right, so moving on. Next, we have an Entropy, or as Grumpy calls it, Entropy. But either way, their price has dropped a little bit also since our last video. And what can I say that I haven't said already about this project? Because I know I'm upsetting people. Hey, that might be why I got subs dropping. I gained a good amount of subs when I joined Entropy. Maybe because some of the stuff I've been saying about them, they don't like it. And maybe that might be why they're quitting. But you joined Entropy and had to go through all the tasks and the rigmarole of digging holes and that kind of stuff like that, with the understanding they don't want you to sell right now. Rule number 1 is you don't sell. Rule number 2 is, hey, we have this second rule, second law, so that you don't forget the first rule. They have bigger plans for Entropy later. They call it Entropy 1 or Entropy A or something like that, which is the next reiteration of Entropy. And it's supposed to be more open to selling. Now, y'all know I try to look at things from both sides. I do understand where some people are going. Hey, what good is it to be in a project that I can never sell my tokens? I need to sell my tokens. I need to sell my tokens. I've never sold a token that I have mined yet, but that's me. If you can't handle holding on to some tokens for a couple of months because it's just burning a hole in your pocket, this is not the project for you. If you go and sell a large amount or you repeatedly sell, you're going to get banned and booted. The Jeter, the leader, as they call them, is going to boot you from this project. And you're not going to be making anything. You can go from making $4 a day, which is the lowest I have made since I've started this project. Again, the price has dropped with the rest of the market. But at one time, we were making $25 or $30 a day mining this. I have a second cred. That second cred strictly burns. I've never pulled from it at all. And so far has burned 24.5 million. They're burning a lot of tokens. But as soon as it starts building up some liquidity and a little bit of price action, some selfish person goes in there and wants to go sell $1,000 worth, and it screws everybody. That's my thoughts on Entropy right now. If you still want to get into it, you can join at Twitter, see what you have to do right now to get into this project. All it takes is a little ESP32 device that I normally have right here. You can get 3 of these for $18 and mine this, and even do some solo Bitcoin mining with the other one, or one of the other projects that we're going to be talking about shortly with Entropy. Next is going to be Junkcoin. Hey, here's another project right here that you can mine with this. Junkcoin has a base of how many rewards you get per day. And then if you donate to the boost pool for a week, usually these start on Sundays, you can boost, say, 100,000, 200,000, a million. I'm boosting right now 6 million tokens just to see what the rewards would be. The more you boost, the more you get in above base rewards. I don't know if it's really going to be worth it, to be honest with you. I'm boosting 6.5 million tokens. By the time it's done, I'm going to have, if I calculate it right after what I got yesterday or overnight, I'm going to get 7 million tokens, but I'm losing 6.5 to the burn or 6.7 to the burn. I'm only making an additional like $5 worth. It's not worth it as of right now. Yes, it's good for the project. You're burning, but you have a lot, 20 something people that are on this list of burns. They also just recently changed the burn ratio to 4-to-1, that kind of stuff like that. You can join Junkcoin. I wanted to do a video on Junkcoin yesterday. The guys over there said, hey, can you hold off, because they're about to change a couple of little things with it, with joining and some different rules they have for joining and stuff like that. So I'm holding off about another week. So for those of y'all who have been asking for a video about Junkcoin, that's going to be about a week or two. Not my fault, but hey, I want to cover the project. It's a cool project. And again, you know, sitting behind me right now on the shelf, I have 4 or 5 of these things just running. they take no power at all. And it's just a cool little meme token type thing on Solana with some Phantom wallets, and you just run it. So it's making about $1 a day right now. Next is WeatherXM. Hey, this one's come down a good bit. I was making $1 a day on WeatherXM. This one had a little price drop. Again, with everything else, you can't fault the project. One update for those of y'all who do have WeatherXM, I do have a WeatherXM, as you can see, is that there is a update for the WS2000, which is the H1 WS2001 H2 firmware version 4.30. It's a firmware update. So if you have those two versions, you can open up the mobile app and you'll be prompted to an update. So that's a cool deal. And that's about it. So my WeatherXM is just chugging along. We had some real bad weather here on Mardi Gras Day, Tuesday, and got some pretty decent wind readings. I know here at my house, I don't have a WeatherXM here, but I have my Davis weather station. We had a tornado go over my house. It was a how to say it without being dirty, nasty, and cursing, but it was a clinching experience. About 2 or 3 streets over, even with my house, they had a tornado touchdown, tore some stuff up. Normally, I have the worst luck in the world, but it hopped over my house. Now, my neighbor, about 3 or 4 houses down, he's got roof damage, but somehow it missed my house, and then 2 or 3 streets over in the other direction, touched down again and made a mess. But my Davis weather station caught it, and you know me, I'm a weather geek. I get a little excited looking at that kind of stuff, watching the radar. I could see the rotation in the clouds and on radar before anybody out here was notified about it from the weather service or the local emergency services. So I get into that kind of stuff. But that's WeatherXM. NATIX is having some kind of issue right now. I saw an update, and they had this big crackdown supposedly on people trying to game. And we've talked about it before, where people are using, different programs or something to game NATIX. You know, I always said these gamers need to get a life. This is just like you're sad. If I lose 5 more subscribers, so be it. If you're one of these people who are trying to scam NATIX or Soarchain or one of these other ones, you know, it's just disgusting. But they tried to, but the February or end of February, beginning of March rewards were late coming out, and they were trying to, you know, fix some of these issues that they had with fraudulent activity, if that's the way you want to put it. So they removed some accounts, and I know there was another issue. Like I got an update just a couple, like 2 or 3 days ago, saying that they still had some issues giving out rewards because of this. So I don't know exactly where it's at. And I figured out how to do it last month when I asked somebody, how the hell do I go and see my rewards for the month? And it was this goofy way of going through the app to find it. And now I can't find it again. So I went and I researched it and I found it. If you want to see what you made for the month, you just have to check your notifications. I checked my notifications. It is now March 10th. I can see where I made like 6 gems, but I do not see my actual February points. So I'll give it another day or two, because I know that I got some kind of notification saying that that the we're still having issues, and if it doesn't fix, and I don't get it, I'll send them a notification or something. All right, so moving on. I got a feeling it's not going to be 56 cents, by the way, for NATIX with the price drop and stuff, but I didn't update it because I don't know what I made yet. Soarchain, you know, I don't know what else to say about it. Even with me driving around the city doing all the Mardi Gras festivities that I was doing, working and stuff like that, driving around the French Quarter, around the city of New Orleans, and doing the stuff I was doing with UAV stuff, I didn't make anything, man. It's sad what has come with this. I know the announcements, they talking about car data analytics and alerts are here and that kind of stuff like that. I don't see that in my vehicle at all. But I'll be honest with you, I don't see it on the DIMO app either for my vehicle. So, it is what it is. I'm too tired to beat this dead horse. They're going to have to do something. The rewards suck. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But one thing I want to make sure I go over when I talk about all these projects like this is, while I might be upset with some of these rewards, I can't stand the people that come into Discord and say, oh, well, then just quit. No, I've already paid for the device. I'm not going to quit. That doesn't mean it's okay to get shafted, whatever word you want to use. Fix it. That's what we want to see happen. We don't want to give up these projects. So I don't want people to say, go quit it. I'm not planning on quitting it. I might be upset. I might talk negative. I might talk positive. I might like the price action, don't like the price action, but I'm not quitting these. I'm still doing them. The difference might come in is when I'm doing the shorter rod, I'm not going through the pain in the butt part of Soarchain and constantly connecting it. I find it's also having issues again, staying connected, no matter if I do Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. I've had issues several times over the last month of February where it completely disconnects and I have to go through the whole onboarding process again. So that's getting old. Same thing with NATIX. I'm not going through the process of setting all that thing up and that phone up for shorter rods. So they're losing data. And I know I'm not the only one saying that. But if you don't make it worth our while, and look, I'm not looking for Lambo money. I talk about that all the time. But you still have to make it so it's passive income, and the keyword's income. And I know people talk about, oh, you're supposed to love the project, I do like these projects, so I wouldn't be in them, but I still want to get paid something. I'm still in projects right now making 10, 12 cents a day. I'm still in them. Just do something. All right, next one up is going to be grass. Grass, we're on Epoch 4 or 5 or something like that. We got 4 more epochs left. Last payment was that in October, which was 6 months ago. So the way it looks like now, if it was 6 months for the first 4 epochs, and we got about 4 epochs left, I guess it's going to be another 6 months. We might be seeing October again for payments. I think that's a horrible, horrible thing. You don't come with a grumpy dad for nothing. You'll come here for my opinion. I think trying to pay people rewards once every 6 months or once a year, or once, even if it ends up being like 10, 11 months, I think that's just bad. It's for the tokens, having those tokens circulate for the token price. That's just me. If you go read the Discord, it's kind of like it was a year ago when there was nobody had any idea what was going on. It is like a total wasteland right now. When you go look, it's people trying to scam each other out in the open. People want to know when they're getting paid. It's just the project itself. I'll continue to say that this project from day one has had very poor communications. And the fact that we made an airdrop kind of surprised everybody, because you can look at this Discord. It's wild. I won't say wild. It's lost. It's sad. And again, I'm going to say this again. I talked about it the other day, even shared something on Twitter about internet security and stuff. I'm not running grass on any computer that I do any financial sensitive type stuff, surfing the internet or anything on my network or anything. It's on some old devices, old laptops, like 2 old laptops, and the rest is on my 5 or 6 or 7, whatever I'm up to now, bit harvest devices on separate networks. And I'm looking at possibly, I'm going to tell you about that when I get to Helium, but possibly adding another bit harvest device, and that one will run grass also. Every station that's running grass is also running Honeygain. It makes no sense not to run both of those. I have a code for y'all to join Honeygain and get a bonus if y'all not familiar with Honeygain. I normally talk about Honeygain at the end of this video, but I need to kind of start including it with grass because they both go hand in hand. So you can look into Honeygain also. Silencio, oh Jesus, I gotta take a deep breath on this one. So Silencio decided we're gonna change the game up and do raffle tickets. And if y'all follow my videos over the last month or two since they've announced that, Hey, I was all for it. I said, hey, I'm gonna give them a chance. I defended them vehemently. Don't make me have to go find some videos because this is getting late already. And I defended them with all these people who were saying, you know, with the initial token price was crud, and when you look at what the total supply is and the current supply, this price should be much higher. Not financial advice, but it should be. And people just vehemently attacked it, and I sat and defended it in my videos and on their Discord, saying it was one airdrop with this token price, and y'all losing your mind. Wait till the raffle tickets. Well, I remember for a fact, when they first talking about raffle tickets, they said every raffle ticket would be worth at least one Silencio. Well, what happens is, I guess they didn't figure this out right. You had way more raffle tickets than you had allocated Silencio tokens. So they were going to do a raffle. Also, people who were in the diamond leagues, like me and the 20,000 literally other people in Diamond League, were eligible to get like 10 million Silencio boxes, which during a raffle, meaning they were giving away 10 boxes with 11 million Silencio in it, which was worth over $1,000. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yes, for the 10 people that got up, or the guy who won the Tesla, that was great. But what you did is you put, of the airdrop, you put so many 110 million, if my college math is right, Silencio into this own little compartment to give to these 10 people, and the rest of us got crud. And I'm trying not to curse. I had over 500,000 Silencio tokens and ended up with $14 worth. 500,000 Silencio tokens during points during the month of February, which was actually, it was 6 weeks long because it started earlier than February 1st. And 500 of those, I don't know if they were tokens or points, ended up being 500,000 raffle tickets. $500 raffle tickets got me like 83,000 Silencio tokens worth $14. And that's me. And I hustled my rear end off in February of Silencio. I told y'all I was trying to get above ranking 600. I got all kinds of rewards for hexes. I went and drove to malls and different shopping centers. I took videos of it, of me doing Silencio. So I know if I went out that way, not everybody else did. And sure enough, you have people complaining, rightly so, in their Discord. The funniest thing is all the cheerleaders, which, hey, I guess at one point I was kind of a cheerleader. I wasn't really a cheerleader for the project. I was just trying to say, hey, give it more than one drop before you start saying this project is screwed or whatever. But all these OG Silencio people, they're all disappeared out of the Discord, and they're calling them out. They're calling out, like, in the Discord, people, hey, where's all the OG Silencios at? Where's all the OG people that were telling us all this stuff? Where'd they go? Oh, because they got screwed also. And my point is, instead of giving 10 people over $1,000 worth of Silencio, couldn't you have just, instead of giving them 11 million, couldn't you just give maybe just $1 million and put that other 10, 11 million into rewards to spread out to people? Maybe gave them a little bit more, you know, or hell, you were giving away a freaking Tesla. Did you even have to give away 11 million boxes, 11 million containers, 10 boxes of those? You know what I'm saying? Like, this was just a catastrophe. I was very disappointed. I actually took a video of me opening a pic of the boxes. I thought I was going to do so much better, and I was going to do a video on it. But I didn't think I really needed to do a video on it. If y'all want me to do a video on the full Silencio catastrophe, let me know. I'll do it. It's just going to be a 20-minute bashing video, and I really didn't want to do that, despite what some of y'all might think. I think I covered it enough here. The price has come. The price was hurting before this. Yes, what's going on in the current market has made it worse. So it didn't help at all, but it's taken a more significant drop than a lot of these other projects. And I think this is why. I don't know what the future is for Silencio. Of course, you know, you talk to them. This is the best, and you have the cheerleaders still on Twitter, X, and you still have the cheerleaders in Discord saying, I can't believe this is going to be every month. That's what they're saying. This is going to be, and just think, this is going to be every month of these raffle tickets. What you're going to find is, just like that's happening in some other projects I've already discussed, is next month you're going to have a little bit less people. Next month you got a little bit less people. People, listen, it's one thing when you're sitting here and I'm eating dinner or lunch somewhere and I run my Silencio app, but they've killed the rewards so bad and they're complaining about that also, is that certain places it's hard to find any unmeasured hexes yet, unmeasured venues yet. And the rewards suck so bad for hexes and venues that's already been hit. It's not worth it, which I argue with, because if I go right now to a building across from my office right now, 10 o'clock at night, and it's the first time I've ever hit it, it's going to be quiet as a church mouse. Then if I want to scan it again 2 days later at 12 noon, it's going to peg the meter out loud as hell because it's Walmart. Why would you kill the rewards for second or third or fourth attempts at hexes? So you're going to have people, again, y'all can call me negative, but it's the truth, because it's happening with other projects. And you're going to have people in these projects wanting to know, why is participation going down? I don't know why is participation going down? Because people aren't doing this free. No matter how much you like I like the Silencio project. I thought it was a cool thing. But I'm not doing it for free. I'm not looking for Lambos. Hell, I'm not looking to pay off my house loan just with Silencio. But don't take advantage of me either. And that's with a lot going on with a lot of these other projects. Honeygain, I talked about Honeygain. Use my code below and it gets you a head start with some points on Honeygain. Helium IoT, y'all thought y'all saw some price drops. This is a price drop too. It's down at $2.35. We were at almost $10 not too long ago. I'm got 17 stations online. It's at $2.35. I'm making probably 23 or 24 cents a day. It's 28's a little bit high. I didn't recalculate that, so it's probably less than that. But I'm still doing it. One thing I will say is, y'all know I always tell y'all, do as I say, not as I do. The one thing I told y'all don't go do, Grumpy did. So I actually, as luck would have it, burnt up not one, but 2 different Helium DIY devices. And one was actually my friend's, of course, and one was mine. This two completely, one of them I showed it on the video where the little SD card was inside of the Helium miner, which was an old rack, OG rack from them. And my card, this is not it, but just my SD card, where it's white on top like this, is completely burnt black. I don't know how the hell it happened, but I smelt it cooking and it was too late by the time I saw it. So I'm like, wait a minute, before I go and buy 2 little potatoes or sweet potatoes on Amazon for $35 plus the power wire for another $9 and whatever else I need, a case for another $5 or $10, you're looking at $45-50 right there. Same thing with a Pi. Pi 4 is even more expensive. But I will say something about the Pi 4 and a little bit about Wingbits. But I said, let me go on eBay and see what I can finagle. If I'm going to spend $50 per device, let me see what I can finagle. And sure enough, I found a couple of devices, sense caps, which were my personal favorite during that. And you have people who say, hey, they quit working. They power up. I can get a network connection. They're just not working no more. Selling them as is, no warranty. And it's people that have 100% ratings with hundreds and hundreds of items sold. So you're not going to get screwed over. But I have in the chat where I say, hey, if I get these working, do you have the means to transfer them in your wallet to me? And they said, yes, they're still in my wallet. They showed me pictures of them in their wallet. And I said, understand, and I put in there, I understand that there's no returns. However, will you make the deal that if I get these properly running and you can't You know, you can't get, let me rephrase it. What it is they were selling for like $50. I offered him 30 plus the shipping. Shipping was like $5-6. 30. But if I get him running, I will send him, at the time I figured out, like, don't ask me why 12 HNT. And he says, that's pretty intriguing. I'll take that offer. And I said, that's fine. So he hurried up and changed his, buy it now for $30 type thing, or offer now, and I offered him $30 plus automatic. The shipping went in for $5. So for $35, I got where even if it doesn't work for the potato, I can just pull the helium cap. I can just pull the helium cap off it and use the Pi 4. So I got a Pi 4 for $30. And if I get the helium thing to work, then I put it on BitHarvest and I dual mine helium and BitHarvest. Then I'll order the second one like that. I got 2 more saved in my eBay from somebody else. One guy says he has no means to the wallet. He thinks it's never been used before. It's still in some packaging and stuff like that. The outer wrapper's gone. And on that one, I'm just not taking that chance. I'm not taking a chance on that one. When he's wishy-washy like that, I'm not taking a chance. So I know that went a little bit long, but I just thought it was funny that I tell y'all don't mess with these because there are some sense caps in MNTD golds, which are my 2 favorites, that are still going for $150 for helium devices that can be moved. But I'm like, I think when I last figured it out, it was like a 500 and something day. That was before the price went down even more. 500 and something day ROI on that. There's no way. No way. ERWIN, I don't even know where I'm at with ERWIN. ERWIN's paying the butt because ERWIN's another one of these ESP32 device projects. I've talked about them every video, and you have to go every 30 days to charge it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I missed a day or 2, charged it. It ran for 3 days, missed a day or 2, charged it. I was able to make like 11 tokens, which ended up being like 20 cents a day. But by the time you average it out, some days there was no boxes open. Some days there was only burned boxes. So yes, I might have missed a day or 2 here or there charging, but there's also been majority of the boxes burned. And as long as people sell, the chances are the box is going to get burned. So that's ERWIN. ERWIN.lol if you want the website. Oh, look at my buddy DIMO. DIMO had something going on where their rewards went up. I had people contact me that, hey, rewards went up. Did you get more DIMO rewards? Yeah, and I got all excited. Then with the price drop, it was hardly anything more. So I think before we were making like 12 cents a day for a brand new macaron, 18 cents a day for a level 4 macaron. So it went up like 20 cents, whatever. So I averaged that out, and between level 1, level 4, I averaged out to about 17 cents a day. So now, y'all know I'm gonna say it. Bear with me, I'm sorry. It's the same thing. Here I am on month 15 of my devices, and I still have not ROI'd on them. I was ROI'd for a little while, not long, for a little while, but total right now, I have never sold a single DIMO, and I have, with the current price, $210 worth of DIMO. My 3 devices cost me $270. I'm sorry, they were $89 a piece. $270. Funny story is, I finally got my wife a new car, a little small car, nothing special. But I have a friend who bought 2 DIMO devices that took forever to get in, and he has money to play with. He's always going to casinos and doing country club type stuff, and I don't know why he bought the 2 DIMOs, because he heard me talking about them. And they've been sitting in his desk drawer at his work in New Orleans literally for 10 months. So I told him, I said, hey, if you ain't gonna do nothing with that DIMO, one of them DIMOs, let me take it off your hands. He says, when you want to come pick it up? He says, I'm not messing with it. I'm not messing with the apps. He says, you would have to come do the apps anyway. And You know, I've helped him out with some stuff, and that's how me and a lot of my friends are. I help them out with stuff all the time, and for him, $89 is a drop. It's like $8.90 to you and me. So he's like, man, just take it. He says, I'm never gonna do anything with it. It's gonna end up staying in my drawer until one day I clean up my. He says, you're lucky I ain't cleaned up my desk because I probably would just throw him away. That's just how he is. So I am getting another DIMO for my wife's vehicle, but I just won't include that in any of my calculations because I'm gonna be making, like I said, 14 cents a day the first couple of weeks. So that's DIMO. Wingbits. Look, I've did enough videos. This is getting late. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I still gotta go edit this video. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on with Wingbits. Majority of y'all who watch these videos are into Wingbits. So if y'all have caught my video yesterday, my 2 videos last week, or anything else, my Twitters and stuff like that, you know what's going on with Wingbits. We got emails today. If you didn't have GeoSigners hooked up, I still have GeoSigners sitting here. If you saw my video yesterday, out of my 14 devices, so people are like, oh man, I gotta go all over the place, and you know, and like as if GeoSigners are gonna be so difficult to hook up. I have 14 personal devices, and I have I have 2 left. One is my host in Florida because I am the Gestapo and the Godfather of the Gulf. My Florida host station, I write them on here so I know which. Not that, you know, you can interchange them, but just so I could, for my own sanity, I know what's left and what's not left. And I have another one here that's on type of a silo. If you didn't watch my video yesterday, and the elevator to go 200 feet up to the silo is broken. So either Grumpy can get a quarter of the way up the side ladder and trying to climb to the top of the silo, or it's going to wait till April when the silo elevator gets fixed, because it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks to get parts in. So, hey, I notified Wingbits, not that you have to do that, but just so they know what's going on with my devices. I said, hey, this one, there's no elevator access. And this one, my Florida person, he's out of town until the beginning of April. So I just won't be getting rewards come next Monday, the 17th. I just won't be getting rewards on those 2. Did not hurt my feelings. My Florida station's getting about 5 or 6 tokens. It's not the best setup in the world, but hey, it gets me enough hexes to get that side of the Gulf. My other station on the silo, 200 feet up, that one's going to sting a little bit. But again, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can get upset about. This is one of my friends that I got to make arrangements to go to his house to get it done. His wife was really sick with some nasty, worse than the flu type stuff last week. And I'm like, once she's done, I'm going to give it another week. And supposedly she's feeling better by now. I'm giving it another week just to get them germs out. I cannot afford to get sick with all the stuff I got going on in my life. And then I got another one for another host station for one of my friends that I don't know when the hell I'm going to get to install that. But my point is, look, I got GeoSigners too. Check out my video yesterday. It explained some of the myths going on. And I did a video last week about some of the advanced stuff going on with these GeoSigners, that it's not as difficult as some of the people are making it out to be in the Discord. Majority of mine are inside the whole thing. The USB with the USB extension with the GPS antenna is all inside of my enclosed box. I'm not running these antennas outside. Even one that I was all worried about, I told y'all, and I even went and bought an extension wire from Amazon, and I didn't even need it. I got it as close to the window as possible. In one of my videos, I took pictures and video of it. It's 5 feet from a window. It's complete concrete roof and a window on the side. It's 5 feet from that, maybe more than that, maybe almost 10 feet. And I'm getting 12 or 13 satellites. And these people, people who are just panicking and making this big deal about this GeoSigner. Hey, it is what it is. Also, another thing is, people have been trolls of me, and I'm going to call them trolls because this is my videos. I can't call them that in the Discord because I've gotten in trouble before by Axie for being rude, and I got some demerits against me. I lost some wing points, and people coming in there starting FUD. because devices ain't shipped. Look, this isn't Helium. We're not going a year or two without them. Some places said January, end of January, they should be getting shipped out. Some places said Q1 2025. Until the end of this month, we're still in Q1 2025. People started now seeing shipping notifications from HiFix. And what happens is these trolls bought from some other website who, when they contact them and say, hey, Wingbits says these devices started shipping out last week, what's the update on them? These websites are saying, we don't know nothing. It's out of our control. And of course, they take that as negative, FUD, whatever you want to call it. The shipping has started. People are getting shipping notifications. Don't fret. Give it some time. And it is what it is. So I'm supposed to be getting one for the unboxing video. I'm hoping, unlike the GeoSigner, mine kind of got screwed up in customs. And I still did an unboxing video just to do an unboxing video, but I was one of the last people to get it. So everybody already had theirs unboxed. I'm hoping I can get my HiFix, because that's who made them, the HiFix Wingbits GEODNET station and all that. You'll know I can't wait to do some antenna test on it. But I hate to rehash everything I talked about in video yesterday, but for those people who didn't catch it, they've been doing tests on the antennas. They're a little bit smaller than the #1 antenna that I always mentioned that I tested. They're saying that those antennas are supposed to be just as good. You know, I'm going to test that thing real live time. And go check out that video from yesterday. If I can remember, I'll tag it at the end. 375 AI, I'm running the hell out of it. That's another one because it's easy. You can run this no matter what phone you have. It doesn't matter if you have a Android, iPhone, maybe not a flip phone, but you know, this thing just runs in the background of your phone and you just run around with it. I got 97,000, almost 98,000 hexes. And I did pretty well with it. We don't know what the rewards are yet. This is still in testnet, but we're going to see, you know, what happens. 375 AI, it's got some positive things going on with it. You're hearing some updates and you know they're working. It's in testnet. We don't know what's going to happen with it. You know, it could be another very good project or it can be another, you know, NATIX Soarchain Silencio. You never know. We don't know. I did a video last week about us being spoiled, especially with these free apps. People don't get Lambos and they get upset. That's the only thing I'm kind of weary on, just to be honest with y'all, because, you know, I'm honest with y'all with 375 AI. It's a free project. At least that aspect of it is. They do have some nodes that cost $24,000 or something like that. But with it being a free project, I am a little worried because, not that we should be comparing it because it's not fair to 375 to compare, but we know what we've seen with some of these other projects. But then you look at Soarchain, we paid for that. Look at DIMO, we paid for that. It didn't do no better. In fact, I'll argue that some of these other ones, let's see, Entropy you paid $6 to get into. Weather exam. So, okay, NATIX. Last month I made 56 cents. DIMO making 17 cents. There you go. That's a good analogy. I put Useless Brick down here. I did have it up here for some reason, but Useless Brick is still on testnet. It's Useless Brick. It's just another ESP32 project, but we have no idea what we're making because it's still in testnet. So we just holding on to the tokens and they got a little burning mechanism with it and stuff like that. BitHarvest, y'all know I'm still running BitHarvest. They're supposed to have some kind of updates coming up soon. They're also asking if you're into that project at all, go to the Discord. They're asking questions about different mining stuff like that, trying to get some input, I guess, to, you know, see what we want next with that. So make sure you go into the Discord and check out the polls that they pushed out. Two projects I am looking at right now, if you follow my live at all on Thursdays, is WAYRU. The ongoing joke is I have been interested in WAYRU for some time now. It's got access points and different things like that. I hate to compare it because I haven't really done a deep dive, almost like an XNet type thing where you hook up an access point somewhere. Right now, it just pays for proof of connection that it's connected. Not really what the data is, at least the last I checked on that. You can either upload their firmware to certain couple. There's like a list of 5 or 6 devices, and I happen to have one of them, old device. So I uploaded it. I never went and paid the $50, I think it is, for the license. I've been too lazy, too poor. And if I get extra money, I'm dumping it into coins. And then by the time I dump all my extra money into tokens, I'm like, I forgot to buy a WAYRU license. I'm just being honest with y'all. I downloaded the app. Again, I got it uploaded on the firmware on my access point. It's on a separate VLAN. I don't put that kind of stuff on my own network. But it's just another project I'm looking into that some of y'all have asked me about. Sourceful is a new project I was also asked to look into. I talked about it a little bit on the live on Thursday night. They do have a Discord. I'm trying to kind of catch up a little bit on it. I've been so busy with everything. Y'all know I've been busy without a day off. It's been crazy, but I'm going to start looking a little bit more into Sourceful. I don't know exactly what they're dealing with as far as, is it solar or battery backup, that kind of stuff like that. You can go read about it. Go to Sourceful Energy. It's sourceful.energy. And you can check out their website. It's a pretty cool, clean, very clean looking website. So you can go to that. It's sourceful.energy is that website. They do have Discord and that kind of stuff like that. And like I said, there's been more and more people talking about it on the X and on some of the other Discord channels I'm on. And that's how I learned about Sourceful Energy. I was actually doing kind of a deep dive into it. I've did a very shallow, tippy toe dive into it so far. It seems interesting. The guys who are in this project seem pretty cool. I've talked to them a little bit on Discord. They've asked me, to give them a chance to explain kind of what the project is about. I feel bad because I keep putting them off, but again, I've been working every day, even over the weekend. Yesterday, actually, Sunday was my first day off where I got to sit at home all day in like 20 something days. I'm not joking. And I would like to say I sat on the couch and didn't do nothing but drink some Bywater bourbon, but I'd be lying to you. I did yard work and my back's killing me. I'm old and it sucks. So, that's kind of what's going on with all that. I'm also looking into Encore. I keep saying I'm gonna do Encore with GPS, and I haven't messed with any of that yet. So, I got a lot going on right now. Trying to hit the gym again. I'll clean this up a little bit. Here's my codes for those interested in anything that we talked about. If you're looking for the Wingbits GEODNET devices from HiFix.ai or Helium Deploy, use the code GrumpyDad56 to give you 10% off for what these devices are going for right now. $400, $400+ for the Wingbits standalone device, $1,000 for the GEODNET Wingbits device. Oh, that's $100 off. So you help me out with the code, but you're also helping yourself out. And I'm gonna tell you, these devices started going on sale in October. I still have people using my code, and these things are still selling. Not at the pace they were, but I bet I'm still selling. I'm not joking, 2 or 3 a week. That's just using my code. I think Wingbits is going to be a great project. I did a video about 2 weeks ago that said, stop before you buy a Wingbits device to try to get in that project. Please watch this video. You need to go watch that video because I don't want to see nobody set this up in a poor location and get poor results and poor tokens. And then you have to come troll and bash my project. And I'm be very upset. For those who want to get into the Chirp KAGE with a Android phone, I got the code way up there. You get 25,000 free data chips. And then also for those who, I talked about 375 AI, you could use it on any phone you want. There's that code up there if y'all want to get involved in that. Hey, if y'all can help me out with some codes, I'd appreciate it. So for those who don't know, I have a side business. It's really struggling right now with me doing all this YouTube stuff. It is cbsynthetics.com if you live in the United States. AMSOIL, if anybody's familiar with AMSOIL synthetic lubricants, I've been doing this business for 20 years now. Just hit 20 years. using everything that takes oil and that kind of stuff like that. That's the website if you're interested. Our conference, we have a conference every 3 or 4 years, training conference stuff. They just announced it in Las Vegas. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but I don't even want to tell you what these rooms cost. Grumpy's going to be staying in the tent on the side of the highway, or definitely not the host hotel. Last time we had it in Arizona, and it wasn't bad at all. So October, they announced that this is going to be in Las Vegas. I mean, it's yesterday or the day before yesterday. They announced it's going to be in October in Vegas. So I have to save up some more money with everything else going on with my son graduating and going off to college and all this other stuff. So, but also not only that, but at the weight that I am right now, I will scare small children at the pool. And if I try to walk in that heat from one hotel to another one, they're gonna have to call an ambulance. So I have been really trying to get into some better shape, been trying to go to the gym. And when you start weighing as much as I weigh right now, cardio hurts. It sucks. This is the worst shape I've been in my life. And I've gone to the gym my entire life. And I think me going to entire, I'm in my 40s. I'm not going to give away my age, kind of upper 40s. And I've always said, I think by going to the gym, I was going to the gym since 7th, 8th grade, playing sports and then working out at a friend's gym who was into bodybuilding. And I've worked out ever since then. Took 2 or 3 years off here and we'll go back. But, I think I did more wear and tear with my joints and stuff from going to the gym. So me just doing cardio now hurts. Me doing a elliptical hurts. But I'm trying. And, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But so that's one more thing I got to deal with or look forward to, or who knows, whatever you want to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on with the crypto market. Nobody does. And if anybody's on here saying, or you watch anything that says they know what's going on, they don't know what's going on. Y'all know I watch Tyler. I love Tyler. He's been about the most accurate person and straightforward person on the YouTube. And he don't know. He even says it could be doing this and this and this. George, George is always very pro everything. But even George is saying, the stuff with Trump and tariffs and stuff like that. We don't know. I can tell you, Grumpy's plan is I get paid Friday. If these prices are anywhere where they at right now in these cryptos, hell, even if they go up a little bit, you're still higher than what you were before. I mean, lower than what you were before. You're higher than you are now, but you're lower than what you were before. If they continue to go down, I'm hearing some people talking about Bitcoin in the low 70s. I'm DCAing probably more than I probably can afford to do, just to be honest with y'all. One thing I posted on Twitter is when these prices dropped really bad, was a year or two ago, and it got, and Bitcoin was at 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, whatever it was. People were too scared to buy. And then Bitcoin goes back up to 110,000, and everybody's like, I just wish it would drop again so I can buy again. And then here we are dropping. And now we got a fear greed index at 15, which is when fear is down this low, this is supposed to be blood in the streets, the best buying opportunities you can do. This is crazy. Here's another website with the same thing, 15 extreme fear. So take that for what it's worth. Majority of the time I put my money into these projects, different things, buying different things. Trying to decide if I'm going to do a video on Wingbits with the AirSpy Mini. I've had a couple people ask for that because they know I've installed the AirSpy Mini in one of my stations. I saw a little bit of improvement. My fear is just sometimes I do videos and people take that as religion. And next thing you know, everybody's in Discord saying, Grumpy said to go put an AirSpy Mini on it. And Grumpy didn't say that. And my fear is we don't know what Wingbits is going to be paying. So therefore, is it worth the extra $150 or $70 for the parts for the increase when you don't know what the increase is going to correlate to in pricing? So I don't know. I talked enough. I'm exhausted and I still got to go edit this video. So look, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the followers. Make sure you like and subscribe this video if you happen to still be here. Make sure you come back on Thursday, 7 p.m. for my live, and we'll discuss more about everything going on with these projects and whatever y'all want to bring up, because y'all normally dictate how the lives go. It could be 45 minutes long, or it could be almost 3 hours long like we've had in the past. Y'all dictate it. Y'all keep asking questions, and we'll just keep going. So thank y'all for watching, and don't fret. We'll get through all this price craziness and stuff like that together, and I'll see you on the next video.